Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera, and it's Hopkinton Hillers boys lacrosse as today they take on the Ashland Clockers. And just like that, we are underway here in Game 2 of the season for the Hillers. They fell to Medfield this past Friday here at their home turf. We had that game for you via our huddle cast due to the inclement weather. But it's our first broadcast of the spring season, and we're certainly happy to be here as the Ashland Clockers start off with possession. Ashland in the blue, working left to right. Hillers in their white home jerseys, hoping to get on the winning track after a tough loss against Medfield. As approaching is Alex Dinsdale, feeds it behind the net. And it's a loose ball. Ball on the ground. Hillers trying to collect, and here comes Hopkinton. It is a nice sunny day here today, very windy. Temperatures in the 50s as the Hillers approach. Up behind the net it goes. As it was fired by Dylan Prefontaine. And we'll get a switch up on the field. Ashland will have possession. Certainly happy to be here for another season of Hiller sports. The Ashland Clockers also 0-1 on the season. They lost to Holliston to start off the year in a very good battle, a 9-8 final score. As the Clockers looking to approach, that shot is just wide. It stays with Ashland, picking it up, Chase Garcia. Now along the far side, that is Tim Connors. Clockers looking to approach. And that'll end up out of play. It'll go to the Hillers. Bit of an early start to this one, scheduled 4 o'clock start. And don't forget, we'll have the girls following the broadcast here today as they take on Norwood. Ashland approaching, there's a shot. And that is put in. That was Joe Doyle with the first score of the game. So Joe Doyle gives Ashland the 1-0 lead at 9:25 left in the first quarter. Good start for the Clockers as they have been aggressive with their possessions and have maintained their possessions. Very little possession time here in the early minutes for the Hillers. Ashland led by head coach Bill Graham. They have a 98 next to his name on the roster. I believe that signifies maybe how long he's been with the team. And the Hillers led by head coach Dan Norton, who has certainly been with the team for several years. As the Hillers look to establish a possession. Fired out to number 1 on the Hillers, and the Hillers roster I have does not have a number 1. We'll have to get the details on that. And we're going to get a Hillers score. I believe that was number 8, Logan Richardson, to make it 1-1. Bear with us, folks. Just getting our bearings here for the spring season. As the Clockers working upfield. Even game to start things off. Both teams making some substitutions. Clockers looking to approach, fired behind the net by Nick Boomer, and no one there. A little wide on the pass. Here comes the Hillers, and no, Ashland gets it back. Good feed in front of the net, and great save by Nate Burns. Nate Burns, a first-year goalie with the varsity team in his sophomore season, making a good save there. Clockers had a wide-open break right to the net. And a great opportunity to score the go-ahead goal once again, but some great goaltending there. This Hiller boys lacrosse team lost a lot of seniors after last season. They do have some good returning talent and should certainly be pretty competitive in the TVL once again. Speaking of returning talent, Luke Bodette with it. He'll fire a shot. And a good save there by the Ashland goalie, that is Aiden Fish. Clockers working up the far side. Pass up the middle, over to Nima Ansari. Now along the far side they go with possession, John Marchetti. Near side now, Nick Boomer. Ashland working it around, looking for that opening. Behind the net they go. And trying to sneak in from the corner was Tim Connors. Some more good goaltending there. And the net came a little bit dislodged. The official fixed it. Good defense along the far side by Owen Champlin. Number 88 for the Hillers. Hillers looking to work it into Ashland territory. They'll swing it around. With it along their side is John Sanda. Sanda trying to decide where to go with it. Is he going to take it in? He's going to try. Fires one a little high there. Getting to the back line first, Sam O'Brien. Luke Bodette with it. He'll fire it out. Along the far side of Champlin. Champlin approaching. Frees it up, 77 with it, and he'll fire wide. That's Logan Del Ponte, one of the captains of this Hiller team. Terrific soccer player as well, and there's a shot. Big collision there, ball loose in front of the net. Scooped up by the keeper. Sam O'Brien was looking for a shot. He met up with a pair of Clockers. Here comes Ashland working up the field. Pass by Dinsdale, back to Dinsdale now. Trying to approach. And a score there by number 16 for the Clockers. We'll have to get a name. Some of the numbers different from what we have on our roster here. It's Pat Dwinells, number 16. There we go. Pat Dwinells with the score. That makes it a 2-1 Ashland lead. At 4 minutes, 11 seconds left to go. Hillers looking to work it upfield. Loose ball along the near side corner. And picked up by Joe Doyle. It was a good job by Cole Carney contesting. Here comes the Hillers rushing up the field. That is Jake Garan. Garan fires it over. Up behind the net. It's Cooper Goodman behind the net. Hillers trying to decide where to go with it. Possession along the far side by Del Ponte. He'll feed it over. Hillers working around the horn. Looking to approach. And there's a shot going long distance, Luke Bodette, but it is scooped up by the keeper, Aiden Fish. Pass to the near side, over to Dwinells. Now in the corner, that is Chase Garcia. Hillers got it. Here comes number 19, Wyatt Ian Tosca. He approaches. And did he just sneak it in? Yes, he did. Wyatt Ian Tosca making it 2-2. It's kind of similar to what he does on the hockey ice. Comes at 2:36 left to go here in the first quarter. It looks like this game going to go back and forth here, as you would expect from a Hopkinton-Ashland game. Typically any sport, these two terrific programs meet up is a very entertaining affair. The girls will be at Norwood after this game is through. We'll have that broadcast for you as well. Double duty to kick off our spring broadcast season here on HCAM. One way or the other, we're going to attempt to have all the home action for you for the Hillers throughout the course of the season. O'Brien gets it over to Sullivan. Pass back to Sullivan from Champlin. Sullivan closing in. Out in front. It was deflected. It looked like Cooper Goodman was trying to get that shot off, and it was deflected, picked up by Connor Martin for Ashland. Hillers will take it in from the side. Champlin with it. Working around the horn as Sullivan passes to Del Ponte. Look out for Logan. He has a fiery shot. Leaves it out in front. Approaching. A little high there by John Sanda. John Sanda Jr. He's a player that emerged last season's team. Expect to play a big role this year. Liam Fitzsimmons fires it over. Here comes Ashland up the far side. With it is Caveney. Caveney with the pass. Coming out from behind the net, Tim Connors feeds it out in front. Good setup there. And Ashland strikes again. Connors leaves it for Chase Garcia, and Garcia pops it in. (3-2) Ashland with 42 seconds left in the first quarter. And you'll notice if you stay tuned for both broadcasts, just to refresh everyone's memory a little bit, the boys play quarters on the lacrosse field. The girls play halves. And much different rules for boys and girls lacrosse. Boys lacrosse is a lot more physical of a game. In the girls' game, you're not really allowed to body check or any kind of contact. Boys' game is more like, I'd say, hockey on grass. As Dee McKelly looking to approach. Picked up along the far side by Del Ponte. And that is popped in. Cooper Goodman tying things up late in this first quarter. That comes at 18 seconds left. We are knotted at 3. And I'm sure you could hear the wind howling. That wind's going to have an impact on this game. It's going to be blowing that ball around, especially when you're looking to go long distance. Picked up by Will Rockwell. Good face-off there. Gets it over to Del Ponte. Approaching, 1 second, at the buzzer, and a save. That was John Sanda with the final shot. Aiden Fish with the save, and after 1 quarter of play, it's the Hillers 3, Ashland 3. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Game number 2 of the season for the Hopkinton Hillers boys lacrosse team. They are looking to grab the W over the Ashland Clockers. A 3-3 game. Good back and forth battle. Game number 2 of the season for the Hopkinton. And I'd say this is quite an even matchup we got going here between these two teams, no doubt. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. John Ritz on camera. And we're underway in quarter number 2. Hillers working left to right for this quarter. Good battle for it here. It's picked up by Ian Tosca. Fires it up to Del Ponte. Behind the net, he goes the Goodman. So the Hillers will whip it around. And some good contact there, approaching. Fired over by Owen Champlin. Owen Champlin, another player that really emerged last season for the Hillers. He'll be someone to watch this season. Approaching. Shot, and it's put in. Logan Del Ponte. Great goal there. Del Ponte just kind of shouldered his way in front of the net and pops it in. Good way to start off the second quarter. The score comes at 11:09 left to go in the 12-minute quarter. 4-3 Hiller lead. We have a very busy week of sports for you on HCAM. We'll get more into that in just a moment. Sports all week, pretty much. We'll have 2 games coming at you tomorrow. Baseball and softball with their openers. I'll be at baseball, and Mike Tarosian will be making his announcing debut. Well, his play-by-play debut on the call for softball. There's a score. And that is Jack Proventure chiming in. That makes it a 5-3 game at 10:51 left to go. The Hillers score 18 seconds later after they made it a 4-3 game. So we got Hiller girls lacrosse tonight taking on Norwood. Tomorrow, baseball and softball, those 2 teams in action at the same time against Medfield. We'll have both games for you live. And then on Thursday, more boys lacrosse. They welcome in a very good Holliston team. And there's week 1 of spring sports on HCAM. It's going to be fun. As it is fired a little wide there. Picked up by Ashland. Getting the line first was Andrew Clay. And the Clockers going to try to respond here as they find themselves down by 2 goals. Dinsdale gets it over to Nick Boomer. Boomer behind the net to Clay. Bringing it around Connors. Good defense there by Proventure. Alex Dinsdale met with some contact. Out behind the net. Loose ball, scooped up by Dwinells. Pat Dwinells really the key player for Ashland. He's a terrific all-around lacrosse player. And speaking of him, he pops it in. He is someone that you really need to look out for if you're taking on Ashland. Pat Dwinells, he has that rapid shot. And he could just rip it in like he did there. 5-4 at 9:29. Left to go in the first half. Will Rockwell in the center circle for the Hillers, matched up with Alex Dinsdale for Ashland. Good face-off here. Who's going to come up with it? Still loose. Picked up by the Hillers. Getting there, Ian Tosca. We're going to have a delayed penalty call, flag on the field. Like hockey, you'll get that at the change of possession or any stoppage. Del Ponte. Oh, tripped up. He's met with a couple of hits. Right back to his feet, approaching. Up behind the net, out in front. It's intercepted. Now we're going to get our penalty call. I believe it was an illegal check. Let's see if this is on. It's going to be against Ashland, so Ashland a man short. I believe it's a 30-second penalty. Fired across to Champlin. Out in front, what a score! Logan Del Ponte ripping it in. A 6-4 Hillers lead at 8:20 left to go in the second. That was a great score there. Hillers taking advantage of the short-handed situation for Ashland. And with the goal, like hockey, that means that that penalty is nixed. And we're now back at even strength. Dwinells. Along the far side. Approaching, look out. Good block out in front. Tell you, Nate Burns doing a nice job in net for the Hillers. Sneaking around, and another good deflection there by Burns as Connors looked to sneak it in. I don't even think anyone saw him coming. He did have one Hiller chasing him down, but everyone else was about to head upfield. That was Joe Doyle who was on his tail. Along the far side, Dinsdale. And that'll be scooped up by the keeper, Nate Burns. Hillers rushing up the far side. Up behind the net. Fired out. Goodman. Over to Del Ponte. He'll hang on as the Hillers make a few changes. 7 minutes and counting left to go in this second quarter. Approaching. And that shot is deflected by the keeper, but it went off his net. Sam O'Brien picks it up for the Hillers. Hopkinton moving it around. Bodette with it. Gets it over to Del Ponte. Approaching. Loose ball out in front. Good battle for it. And it's picked up by the keeper, Aiden Fish. Ashland working it up the far side, and loose ball on the turf. Hillers have it. Collecting is Ian Tosca. Over to Del Ponte. Out in front, backhander, flung over the net by Champlin. I want to take a moment to wish the UConn Huskies best of luck in tonight's NCAA championship. Good to see a New England team reaching the championship. Of course, UConn always has been or for many, many years, has been a tremendous basketball program. Should be a fun game tonight. Approaching. Hiller's going to move it around. They'll be taking on San Diego State in the title game tonight, 9:40 tip-off. Sando with it. Approaching Champlin. And good battle for a loose ball out in front. All kinds of hacks at it. It'll go to Ashland. And as usual, it has been a very fun March Madness. And this season, I'd say more so because of all the tremendous upsets and the fact you don't have a 1, 2, or even a 3 seed in the championship. Very rare that you see that. Clockers working it around. Hillers up by 2. A little less than 5 minutes left. Dwinells gets it over to Dinsdale. Dinsdale picks it up. Loose ball along the far side. Bobbled around, picked up by Champlin. And there's actually a Southborough native who is a key player on UConn, who has been tremendous to watch. Fire, and it is deflected out of play. Bodette with the shot. A little less than 4 minutes left. And we have a penalty. It's against Ashland, a minute penalty against Chase Garcia. So he's out for the next minute. Hillers once again with a power play situation, you might call it. Del Ponte gets it over to Bodette. Hillers going to work it around. Just wait for the right opening. Loose ball out in front. Good battle for it. And still loose. And finally scooped up by Aiden Fish. Ashland trying to kill off this penalty, and they successfully will. This penalty is set to expire in 3 seconds. Along the far side goes Doyle. Ashland looking to approach. Out in front. Dinsdale with it. He meets up with some contact. The Hillers really defending well this quarter in front of the net, not giving Ashland as many open looks. Loose ball, Ashland has it. Out in front, backhander. And that was deflected by the keeper. Good save there off the shot by Tim Connors. And it's Alex Caraban, the Southborough native who I was thinking of for UConn. Spent a year playing for Algonquin as well. Hiller's working it around. Send it to the near side, and it's going to go Ashland's way. Clock stopped at 1:47. Putting it into play, Connors. Looking to approach, Dinsdale. Fires a shot. Great save. Another good save by Nate Burns. This sophomore goaltender has been very impressive today for the Hillers. Out in front, shot deflected. Cooper Goodman trying to sneak one in. Getting to that back line was Del Ponte. We're going to get a timeout. 1:27 left to go in the first half. Hillers leading Ashland 6-4. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. 6-4 Hiller lead, 1:27 left in the first half. And we were talking about local connections to the NCAA tournament. John Ritz just told me about a great one. Jason Hicks, who is a team manager for Florida Atlantic, actually became famous when he helped a Florida Atlantic player replace his shoe during the game, one of the key Florida Atlantic players. So a big shout out to Jason Hicks and congratulations to Florida Atlantic for their tremendous season. They had quite a run and a lot of fun to watch. Del Ponte working it around. Takes a shot and a good save there by Aiden Fish. Over to the far side to Cassane. We're at the 1 minute mark. We'll see what Ashland drew up here during the timeout. And that pass a little high from 17, John Marchetti. And we're going to get another timeout. 52 seconds left to go. Clocker's going to try to draw something up. You're tuned in to Hiller's Boys Lacrosse on HCAM. We are ready to continue on off the timeout. 52 seconds left to go here in the first half. 6-4 lead for the Hillers. Ashland going to try to get a late score here to get back into this game. Chase Garcia with it along the far side as we get a burst of wind. Pass over by Kachan. With it is Garcia. On the far side now, approaching Dinsdale. Out in front. And it's scooped up by the Hillers. Jack Proventra with the interception. Here he comes rushing up the field. 18 seconds left, feeds it over. Can the Hillers turn the tables and get a quick one? Out in front, shot in! Great score by Cooper Goodman. That makes it 7-4 Hillers at 7 seconds left. I want to say the feed was from Ian Tosca to set up Goodman. But some great ball distribution and a great shot. Ooh, that wind is kicking. And for those that don't know, here at the turf fields, it's, I'd say, windier than most places in Massachusetts for whatever reason. 3 seconds left. Hiller's looking for maybe another quick one. And that's shot wide by Luke Bodette, and that'll end the first half. 2 quarters of play in the books. The second quarter, a very good one for the Hillers as they outscore Ashland 4-1 in the quarter. They lead it 7-4 as we head into the halftime break. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are ready for the second half of this boys varsity lacrosse matchup between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Ashland Clockers. Tom Nappy happy to be on the call. John Ritz on camera. And as we enter into the second half, it is a 7-4 Hiller lead. Hillers will be working right to left across your screen for this third period. They'd like to continue the success that they had in the second. They outscored Ashland 4-1. On the face-off, Whitey and Tosca for the Hillers. Get you a name for Ashland, put the number out of my sight line right now. And we'll get a rebuttal here. It's number 5, Alex Tinsdale. It's going to be Ashland ball. We're underway in the second half. Both teams 0-1. One of these teams will pick up their first win of the season here today. Along the near side goes Jackson Chan. And it'll go to the Hillers. He stepped out. McKelly fires it upfield. Proventure. Over to Sanda. Hiller's going to swing it around. Back to Sanda on the feed. Del Ponte, now O'Brien. Big wins here at the turf fields. They had a tent up earlier to cover the scorers table, but they had to take that down due to the high winds. Looking to approach Walkowitz. Now what did is Champlin. He fires one, and it's a good save there by Aiden Fish. Hillers with the early pressure as Hawkers will work it upfield. PJ Cassane with it. On the far side he goes, Connors. Over to Alex Boomer. Now Dinsdale. Dinsdale gonna get over behind the net. Good battle behind the net. Ends up out of play. Hiller ball. There's Joe Doyle getting tied up with Andrew Clay. Doyle gets it over to the far side. Now taking it for the Hillers, Walkowitz. To McPherson. Cam McPherson, another hockey name on this Hiller roster. Walkowitz goes up the far side with it. Here comes Del Ponte. Approaching and pops it in. Look, and Del Ponte goes underneath. An 8-4 Hillers lead and 9:09 left to go in the third quarter. Whitey and Tosca up against Pat Dwinells. Off the face-off. Won that time by Ashland. Dwinells gets it over. Quick shot there. Good response by Ashland. Tim Connors puts it in. Dwinells on the assist. An 8-5 game. That score coming only 9 seconds after that Hiller goal. And that's how you respond if you're the Clockers. Jack Proventure up against Dwinells. Proventure. Over to Sanda. Sanda lost it. Ashland gets it. Picked up by Connor Martin. Ended up out of play, Hiller ball. Hillers take it side in. Sanda. Up to Champlin. Now along the near side, McPherson. Champlin with it. Champlin approaching. And that shot deflected. Picked up by Ashland. That was Cam McPherson trying to rip the shot in. William Fitzsimmons out in front of it. Over to Cassane. Cassane flings it up, loose ball. Ashland maintains, picked up by Marchetti. Marchetti back to Dwinells. Dwinells approaching. Out in front and fires wide. It'll stay with Ashland. Corey Paddleford with it. Andrew Clay, who put it into play. Out in front, Dinsdale gets it over to St. Chan. Ashley going to move it around. There's a Hiller penalty for a minute. Braden Joaquin was penalized. So Hiller's working short-handed here. Big opportunity for Ashland to get back into this game. They're just waiting for the right time to take their shot, and it's going to be fired high by Tim Connors. Stays with Ashland. 21 seconds left on the power play. Off the post. And that shot deflected, and we have a Hiller down. Injured player on the field. Certainly hope he's okay. They're going to bring out the trainer to check on him. We'll give you an update when we know who it is. But at 6:32, left to go in the third quarter. It's Hillers 8, Ashland 5. You're tuned in to Hiller Boys Lacrosse on HCAM. It was Joe Doyle who was a little shooken up for the Hillers, but as you can see, he's walking off under his own power, and he's okay. Certainly great to see. 6:32 left to go in the third quarter. Back underway. 10 seconds left on the man advantage for Ashland. Fired high, and I believe the keeper got a stick on it. It was Dwinell's on the shot. Put back into play. And we are back at even strength. Loose ball along the near side, picked up by Goodman. Goodman gets it over, so Hiller's going to work it around. Don't forget, after we're through with this game, we'll have Hiller girls lacrosse as they take on Norwood. A double lacrosse feature here today on HCAM. Champlin gets it up to Sam O'Brien. Up behind the net, Del Ponte. Hiller's looking to approach. Del Ponte with it. Set up to McPherson. Approaching Champlin. And that's fired wide. There's Cooper Goodman on the shot. Bringing it out, Del Ponte. And loose ball. Gathered up by Ashland. Picked up by John Marchetti. Fires it up the field. Big fling there. That's going to end up out of play. Hiller ball. There goes John Sanda. Sanda putting on the moves. Gets rid of it. Errant pass there. Ashland has it. There to collect was Ansari, but he meets up with some contact. Ashland able to maintain. Marchetti matched up with Ian Tosca. Goes up high. Bodette will bring it out. Knocked away. Able to regather. Approaching 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and he lost not only the ball but his net. Ashland has it. Garcia picks it up. Now he's met with all kinds of Hillers. Ashland ball. There's a roughing call there. Approaching. That shot deflected. Tim Connors with the shot. Hillers have it. Burns set to get rid of it. He'll run it out. Over to Walkowitz. Tyler Walkowitz, new face to this varsity team, sophomore. Near side, O'Brien. Sam O'Brien out back to Walkowitz. Approaching. That's Champlin. And it's knocked loose, picked up by Ashland. Jake Caveney fires it upfield, able to connect with Marchetti. Along the far side with it, Connors. Back to Marchetti now. Over to Dinsdale. Connors back to Dinsdale. To Linehan. Knocked loose. Good battle here. Fighting for it, Logan Richardson. Clocker's possession. Dinsdale with it. Gets it up to Clay. Just under 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Linehan with it. Over to Dinsdale. Out in front, Connors. Gets it behind. Pass out by Dwinells. And flung out of play. Here comes the Hillers up the far side. Out in front, shot and a save. Jack Provencher with the shot. Good save there by Fish. Ashland quickly approaching. That shot ripped wide by Dwinells. Dwinells trying to bring it around. Met up with all kinds of contact. Shot deflected. Good goaltending there by Nate Burns. Gets it out to Dinsdale. Pass over by Connors. Ashland looking to approach. Connors lost it. Hillers have it. Good turnover drawn up there by Provencher. Provencher approaching, rips the shot, and it's a save. Aiden Fish with the save. 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. With it for Ashland Marchetti. Dropped and picked up by Linehan. And that'll do it for the third quarter. A 1-1 quarter. After 3 quarters of play, it's the Hillers 8, Ashland 5. Fourth quarter coming up next on HCAM. Welcome back to the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are ready for the fourth quarter. An 8-5 Hiller lead as we enter the final 12 minutes. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. John Ritz on camera. Here on a nice sunny day. A lot of wind here at the turf fields, but some good sunshine. A little chilly, but not too bad. Whitey and Tosca up against Pat Dwinells. And we'll see what the wind is like for the girls' game that'll take place. That game's supposed to immediately follow this one. Of course, they'll have their warm-up time, so there'll be a little bit of space between the games, as you would expect. Good save there. And a great save by Nate Burns. I'll tell you, this sophomore in net he's really made some great saves today. And he's going to be a goaltender to watch for the Hillers. It looks like they have a very bright future in net. There's a shot, and it's wide. Whitey and Tosca firing a little wide there. I look forward to talking to Head coach Dan Norton very soon about this team, as the Hillers will work it around, try to burn some clock. Walkowitz with it. Knocked loose. And Ashland picks it up. Here comes Fitzsimmons. Now it's knocked loose once again. Good job by Champlin. Champlin meeting up with some contact, gets it over to Del Ponte. Approaching. Hillers working it around. Champlin. Del Ponte. With it, Sanda. And we're going to get a timeout call by the Hillers. 10:05 left to go in regulation. Hillers 8, Ashland 5 on HCAM. .10:05 left to go in the fourth quarter off the timeout. An 8-5 Hiller lead. Let's see what the Hillers set up here with the timeout call. Bringing it into play, Connor Sullivan. Hiller's going to work it around. Del Ponte with it. Out in front, that shot deflected. And it's picked up by Ashland. PJ Kassane picks it up. Fires it across to the near side of Connor Martin. Martin flings it up the field. Loose ball collected by Champlin. Champlin gets it up. And knocked down along the side of the net. Picked up by Aiden Fish, the keeper. With it is Kassane. We'll go up to Dwinells. Dwinells going to try to close in. Putting on the moves, looking for a shot, and it is turned away. Good save there. Nate Burns coming up with another big save. Venture feeds it up the field. And Tosca with it. Walkowitz over to McPherson. McPherson with the pass to D. McKelly. Hillers working it around. They're going to take their time here. Up by 3. Burn some clock, hold on to that ball, make Ashland try to approach you. Approaching, there's a shot collected by the keeper, Cam McPherson with the shot. Hillers ball. Approaching, there's a shot ripped in. Logan Del Ponte. Good fire there by Del Ponte to make it 9-5 Hillers with 7:28 left. And Del Ponte, he has a hat trick. 3 goals today. Set for the face-off. It's certainly been a good response today by the Hillers after a tough loss this past Friday against Medfield. Whitey and Tosca up against Alex Dinsdale in the face-off circle. We're underway. Loose ball. It's going to go Ashland's way. And check that. It'll stay with the Hillers. Tosca with it. Rolls it over to Champlin. Champlin approaching. Out in front, and it's popped in. Cooper Goodman. Cooper Goodman has 2 scores today. So he makes it 10-5 at 6:53 left. Taking it to Ashland now. They got them right where they want them, and Ashland needs a timeout. Hillers 10, Ashland 5. 6:53 left to go in the 4th quarter. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Hillers leading 10-5. 6:53 left to go. Here in the 4th quarter. It's been a great quarter for the Hillers. They've outscored Ashland 3-1 in the quarter. Or correction, 2-1 in the quarter. And we are underway. Dwinell's approaching. Feeds it out in front. Shot! And that is in for Ashland. I thought Nate Burns might have had it for a minute. Jake Linehan with the score. That's what Ashland needed to give them a little life. That makes it 10-6 at 6:37 left to go. Will Rockwell in the face-off circle for the Hillers up against Dwinell's. Dwinell's has it. Approaching, knocked loose. Ashland looked like they were going to be able to maintain, but the Hillers have it. Rushing up the field, that's John Sanda. Gets it over. Hillers looking for a score here. There it is. Logan Del Ponte with another one. 11-6 Hillers at 6:09 left to go. Whitey and Tosco will face off against Alex Dinsdale. Flung in the air. Knocked around, picked up by Goodman. We're going to have a penalty here. Illegal body check is the call. It's going to be a 1-minute penalty against Ashland. Jake Caveney, the guilty party. Hillers with the man advantage. Working it around. Out in front, shot. Turned away. On the attempt was John Sanda. Hillers take it side in. Sanda off the post. Loose ball. Picked up by Ashland. 20 seconds left on the penalty. 5:10 left to go in this game. On the near side, Connor Martin flings it up. Hillers get it back. Pass over by Nate. By 26, Cole Carney, excuse me. On the far side now, Ashland with it. Paddleford trying to work his way upfield. Out in front, that shot deflected. Chase Garcia a little high on the shot, deflection off the netting of Burns. And we're going to have a penalty against the Hillers. Owen Champlin will take a knee for a minute. Ashland with the man advantage. Clocker's looking for a quick score here. And the swipe wide by Tim Connors. Clockers will take it in. Off the post. Secondary swipe. Good save by Burns. Or actually, it went wide. From Pat Dwinells. Over to Dwinells once again. There's a shot deflected by Burns. Loose ball. Picked up by the Hillers. Able to pick it up, the goalkeeper, Nate Burns. He's going to burn out the penalty. Hiller ball. And out of play. Linehan will bring it in. Now with it is Dinsdale. Takes the shot, it's wide. Loose ball. Sanda picks it up. A correction, that's 19, Ian Tosca. Behind the net he goes. With it is Sam O'Brien. Over to Champlin. Hiller's going to burn some clock here. 2.5 minutes left to go. Hiller's up by 5. Don't forget, we'll have the girls' game coming up against Norwood shortly after this one. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll just have to head back to our HCAM YouTube page to look up the girls' stream, or you can find it on our website, hcam.tv. Sam O'Brien unleashes over to Garon. Out in front. Approaching. Right in goes Del Ponte. How about a 5th goal for Logan? (12-6) Hillers, 150 left to go in the 4th quarter. The Hillers just able to outrun Ashland in this 4th quarter. Loose ball. Hillers have it. Approaching, out in front. Why not another one? Cooper Goodman with the score. Braden Hicks with the assist. (13-6) Hillers at 1:38 left to go. All Hillers here in this 4th quarter. Ashland has it. Loose ball picked up by the Hillers. Iantoska collects. Behind the net, Del Ponte. Works along the sideline. Walkowitz. Over to Garon. Now Champlin. Under a minute left to go. Hillers will get their first win in the books and improve to 1-1. Ashland will fall to 0-2. Champlin just going to hang on to it for a while. 30 seconds left. Putting on the moves, just trying to burn that clock. No need to pass it, protect the ball. Giving it all he's got to knock it loose, Nick Boomer. Flings it behind the net. And that'll do it. The Hopkinton Hillers collect the win, 13-6. They outscore Ashland 5-1 in the fourth quarter. An impressive victory for the Hopkinton Hillers as they take down their crosstown rival Ashland Clockers in dominant fashion here in Game 2 of the season. Logan Del Ponte having quite a day. He had 5 goals. He's your player of the game. But a great team effort by the Hillers. Good goalkeeping, very good goalkeeping by Nate Burns. And a very impressive victory by this Hiller team who looks to do some big damage in the TVL this season. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time. The Hopkinton Hillers are victorious over the Ashland Clockers by a final score of 13-6. For those of you looking for the girls' game, we'll be on another YouTube stream. You can head over to our HCAM YouTube page, youtube.com/HCAMTV, or our website, hcam.tv, to find the girls' stream. The boys get a victory, and hopefully the girls will do so next, but we shall see. For John Ritz, I'm Tom Nappy. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye.